I received a text. The rest was history. My background is I produced two short documentaries. I work in scripted TV and film, and so my background is heavily in production. And so I've worked on high end, low end, high feature film projects, and so I say I'm an all rounder when it comes to this. And so with the amount of time frame that we had, I was like, let's just get something done before the end of the year. So I had a limited amount of time, around about like 3 weeks, to get things prepped, shot, post production. With this project, it's definitely going to be voluntary. When it comes to voluntary work, it doesn't mean that the time and sacrifices that you're going to do is less. Matter of fact, it's actually more exhausting. With this particular project, I wanted to make sure that we had something done before the end of 2023. But then also, we just came off the US actor strike. It was one of those where it seemed like the film and TV world was going to come back and revive again. And so we wanted to have this quick, small period where we would try and get people that we do know and work with to try and collaborate on this project ASAP. So I did a call out and sent it to a lot of group chats and social medias, online, everywhere. Potential actor who would fill up our cast two role. And it was me, the director, and the writer, and also cast one. It was a great day because we were able to do read throughs, and that was a Sunday evening, which which was honestly tiring, but we weren't resting.
So, madness. Yeah.
It's 20 past 8. I've been like watch for ages.
Yeah. So a film, I'd say like a filmmaker's life. Doing rehearsals. No, we did. No, we did a chemistry read through today, and yeah, I think we might have an actress locked in. And yeah, we're looking to film in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks. But yeah, tomorrow's Monday. It's a long day. Long week. Yeah. So dedication to the cause. But yeah.
Our director was happy, and so that is the most important thing for me. And of course the rest of the team. Then it was for me to sort out rehearsals, but also try to figure out our most important and most challenging thing, which is to find location with no budget. Three major challenges for this project, especially for a no budget project, was decent location, crew, and equipment. So we were looking for an actual bathroom, which aesthetically was meant to be quite pleasing. And so the amount of paperwork and the conversation that I need to have with certain places would take so much time. And so a lot of places had to be ruled out. I'd say I ended up having to go door to door knockings down a few high streets. The one that we had was good, but it's not spacious with cameras and team, and we had at least two actresses. That with extras or supporting actors, it would have not been possible to be fitting in that cubicle setting. It was quite tight. There was some that I didn't even bother to show the team, just because for me I was just like, there's no way. But I can insert the clips here.
Well, I just have a question. If you guys have any toilets that we could possibly use. Yeah, so it's a short film. Can I see it just to see if it looks good or not? Thank you. It's a strange question. Thank you. Ooh.
The places that I wanted us to shoot couldn't be done because it was like a brand thing. Like their spaces would have been identified to that place. We would all fill out paperwork. Quick turnaround would not have made it possible. And what made this intense is because we were working to the DOP's time of him leaving country. And so it just made amazingly my life a lot easier, which is great. And honestly, I think the deadline of him leaving helped massively, because it was one of those where it was like, do you know what, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to. And let's all, like, everyone take and go, and let's get this shot. Time was ticking.
Hello. Thank you.
We ended up having to use the bathroom from the director's friend solely because being able to do tech recce's on the places that one guy asked me to come down and check out for that Monday. And so he was booked. Only on our shoot day was he available. And then he's off basically. And so that was quite unfortunate, but I guess everything was meant to be. And so the location work pending had to put on a firm stop. It became the headache of finding decent crew, especially when it came to them having their own equipment, and some where we would have given the equipment instead and then presenting themselves. And I think the great thing about this project is thankfully a lot of the crew were able to give up their time just to help on the project, being it through they want an experience or some gain from the short film, and also happy to do the team a favor and be willing to basically work on this project. And then I'll say the other final thing was equipment. I'll say it became hard because equipment doesn't need to be hard when to find them. But if you've got a specific aesthetic look, you would need to have those immediate connection. And thankfully, the DOP had existing relationships with certain places, which he was able to pull through for us on the day, and we were able to shoot on that time. My job as a producer throughout this whole time was making sure that the information was getting through to the people that needed, making sure that everyone's ready and knew what they were doing on the day, and basically making a lot of phone calls and things like that. I was securing like talents, booking their rehearsal places and a few other stuff that the team wanted, a lot of them being late, calls being all the way to that 2 a.m. some days, just getting things sorted. And so that just meant really long nights. Created and sent all the call sheet to the rest of the team so everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone was happy the day before and basically excited to come the day, and I was like, perfect. And so then my job now is make sure the few early hours on the shoot day was for me to relax.
Morning guys, it's 4:30. I am tired. I barely slept. It was literally, I've been on my phone close to like 12 a.m. in the morning. Thankfully, everything has been resolved.
6:30 a.m. sorting out priority issue. And let's just put it this way, you could say my work day began. This time I would have spent time to have my breakfast, because I know by the time I get on set, there's no way I'm sitting down. I'm just going to be on my feet all the time. Just make sure everyone's good. Everyone's got all the things that they need and make sure everything's running smoothly. At this time, I was hesitating because usually sometimes when if it's some shoot days, a lot of them I would actually book myself a cab to that production or to set, just so I can get some work done on the way there. And with this one, I was contemplating whether I should do that or not. And I thankfully, I was speaking to the person I was speaking to, and we both came up with a mutual consensus of we both individually work on it, because I was like, look, you're not going to have contact with me for literally 15 minutes. Thankfully, the issue that we're resolving isn't really needed for the first half. And so we both agreed with that. I did have to get things mended. So I was like texting a few people to make sure that things were resolved in the early hours. And if for example, if that could not happen, we're always adaptable and we're able to think on our feet, so there shouldn't be any issues. And this is my journey to work.
Again, there was an issue with the train at Euston. Trains northbound and southbound on the Victoria line have been told to remain in platforms. We have an issue at Highbury Islington Station now. Still being held northbound and southbound on the Victoria.
So it came to the shoot day and it was an amazing atmosphere. Lovely to see everyone, meet new faces as well, people that I already knew before. It was great to see them again. Of course, then came in and there was an injury, but it did not happen on set, just an FYI. It happened offset, but the person was injured. And so just a tip for any future producers or existing producer, make sure you always have a first aider on set, which we did. And that was able to come through. Of course, I did check on them after set and they were like, they were amazed that they were able to work on their feet again, which is amazing. Honestly, one of those where I was like, I didn't want them. Yes, they're working on this project, but you don't want to affect them for their next work. You know, you want to make sure that everyone leaves the same or even better than they came and worked with you. That's always the aim, and so that was great to hear.
Action.
So we're at the end of the show. I am the final person here and it's been a long one. I can't disclose the specific details of what went right, what went wrong, just because it's kind of like best not to. But I'll say is we got there at the end. I think that's the one thing I would say a producer says, like a producer or in production, you know, what's meant to be will be. I need to return this. We all pulled this through to do it at a quick turnaround. You know, a bit self-funded in the sense of covering lunch and a few things, but honestly so grateful to be surrounded by talented people who will believe in the product but also willing to give their time for us. And yeah, and also super grateful for this location for giving us the space to film. So I'm on my way home now. That's a wrap.
So everything did look amazing. I'm excited to see the end result. Honestly, the team was such great energy. It's one of those where it takes over your life. And I would say, yeah, have a deadline for yourself, not for the project, but for the project and for yourself. I think that's the most key one. And make sure also to interview who you're going to be working with, because that will basically which would make or break your experience. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for reaching to the end. I hope you enjoyed it and found this kind of insightful. And I hope we'll definitely do a few more kind of like day in the life of kind of videos, just to give a bit more of insight into those things. If you have any questions, let me know. This was my first day in my life of, and so I didn't want to shove my camera into anyone's faces, but you know, futurely, who knows. I'm joking, but I definitely will declare it a lot more to the crew and teams, so everyone is aware at the beginning. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end, and I will see you around.